Hello friends, welcome back to Godly Trio. For those that are new here, we talk about Bible stories. This week, my siblings and I would like to share a beautiful story with you all. Did you ever lose something really important? Maybe it was your keys or your wallet or your homework. How did that make you feel? Well, in today's story, the main character loses his whole life. Can you imagine how he felt? This is the story of Job. Once upon a time in a land far away, there lived a man named Job who had the worst days anyone could imagine, but he never gave up on God. Let's travel back to a time long, long ago, to the land of Uz. He was very rich. He owned fields full of grain and flocks of sheep and goats, and he had lots of servants to help him take care of his property. Job also had 10 children, and he loved them very much. Job was a very good man. He loved God with all his heart. He was honest, kind, and always helped others. He was one of the richest men in the East. But Job didn't care most about money. What he loved most was pleasing God. Every day, Job prayed for his family and thanked God for all he had. One day, Satan came before God. "Have you seen my servant, Job? He is faithful, good, and blameless." "Of course he is. You've given him everything. Take it all away, and he'll stop loving you." "Very well. You may test him, but don't hurt him." So, Satan went off to test Job, but Job didn't know any of this. One day, Job's peaceful life changed suddenly. One day, Job was hanging out with his friends outside his house when a messenger came running up to him, out of breath. "Job," he shouted, "raiders came and stole all your oxen and donkeys." Another messenger came running up to him, out of breath. "Job," he shouted, "fire from the sky burned all your sheep and shepherds." Another messenger came running up to him, out of breath. "Job," he shouted, "enemy bands took your camels." Another messenger came running up to him, out of breath. "Job," he shouted, "your children were just killed in an earthquake." Job couldn't believe what he was hearing. "Is this really true?" he asked the messenger. The messenger sadly nodded his head. "I'm so sorry, Job," he said. "I bring bad news from all over the land. It was a terrible thing to see. All of your children were killed instantly." Job felt devastated. His children were his pride and joy. To lose them all at once was more pain than he could bear. He fell to his knees and cried out to God. But no matter how much he cried, it didn't bring his children back. So, he spent the night alone in his yard, mourning the loss of his children. The next morning, one of Job's friends came to his house to check on him. "I heard about your children," he said to Job. "But why are you still here? Come with me to my house and stay with me for a while." Job appreciated the offer, but he replied, "No, I would rather suffer here than go to your house. I would rather be covered with the dust and dirt of this place than eat bread from your cupboard." Job's friend was confused. "What do you mean?" he asked. "Why would you rather be covered in dirt than eat delicious food?" Job looked up at his friend and said, "Though he slay me, yet will I hope in him." In other words, even if God takes my life, I will still have faith in him. Suddenly, a second friend of Job's arrived. "Come on, Job," he said. "Don't just sit there in the dirt all day. Let's go to my house and enjoy some delicious food." But Job replied, "No, I would rather suffer here than go to your house. I would rather be covered with the dust and dirt of this place than eat bread from your cupboard." The second friend was even more confused than the first. "What are you talking about, Job? Why would you rather be covered in dirt than eat delicious food?" Job looked up at his second friend and said, "Though he slay me, yet will I hope in him. Even if God takes my life, I will still have faith in him." Then a third friend arrived. "Job," he said, "why are you sitting in the dirt all day? Come to my house and enjoy some delicious food." But Job replied, "No, I would rather suffer here than go to your house. I would rather be covered with the dust and dirt of this place than eat bread from your cupboard." The third friend was even more confused than the other two. "What are you talking about, Job? Why would you rather be covered in dirt than eat delicious food?" Job looked up at his third friend and said, "Though he slay me, yet will I hope in him. Even if God takes my life, I will still have faith in him." After his three friends left, another messenger came running up to Job. "Job," he panted, "I bring bad news. Your house caught fire and all your grain, silver and gold were destroyed." Job felt completely crushed. Now he had nothing left. He had lost his children and all his possessions. He had nothing but his life, and now even that was threatened. Then God told Satan, "Job still loves me, even after everything." Satan replied, "He only loves you because he still has his health. Let me make him sick." God said, "You may do so, but don't take his life." Then Satan gave Job painful sores from head to toe. Job sat in ashes, hurting, alone, and sad. While Job was sitting in pain, his wife came to him and said, "Why are you still trusting God? Just curse him and die." The messenger saw how much Job was suffering. "Please let me give you some advice," he said. "You are suffering because you have done something wrong in your life. You must have done something bad, or else why would God curse you like this?" Job said, "I haven't done anything wrong. I don't understand why this is happening." Poor Job. He was hurt, confused, and misunderstood, but he still talked to God. He never turned his back on him. Then God asked Job, "Where were you when I made the earth? Can you make the sun rise? Can you control the sea?" Job said, "I spoke of things I did not understand. You are great, and I trust you." God reminded Job that he is in control, even when life feels confusing or painful. God was pleased with Job's faith. He told the friends they were wrong and that Job had spoken rightly about him. At that moment, God spoke up from the clouds, "I am the Lord, and I know you are innocent. Job, you truly have not done anything wrong. I only tested you to see how faithful you would remain, and you passed the test with flying colors." God then told Job, "I am angry with the people around you. They do not understand me. They are ignorant people. I am now going to punish them." Then God gave Job even more sheep and cattle and told him, "Take these and restore your family and your wealth. There will be twice as much as what you had before." Job did as God told him, and he lived the rest of his life happily ever after. Boys and girls, what can we learn from Job's story? When bad things happen, God is still with us. We don't need to understand everything. We can trust God's plan. And just like Job, we should always stay faithful, no matter what. Let's say this together. I will trust God no matter what. Hey, story time is over. But I know there are still many more stories you want to hear. And guess what? We have an entire compilation of amazing stories available right now. There are exciting adventures, life lessons, and amazing characters waiting for you. So if you're ready for more, simply tap the link above to keep watching. See you next time.